Hey, welcome everybody. It's nothing like having a power outage right before we get rolling here. Absolutely amazing. I want to welcome everybody into our Fun Fridays, where we get an opportunity to share with you what is working in chiropractic today. And I have an unbelievable special edition for you today. This is all about building your AI practice brain, which might sound intimidating to those of you who might not be using AI that much yet, or you're just still kind of chatting with it, not really building systems with it yet. This is an unbelievable presentation. One of the things that I do want to make sure that you know this is we've made it simple. So this is not going to be overwhelming. It's actually going to blow your mind about how beautiful we've made this. It's incredible. So, if you guys wouldn't mind just dropping in the chat, so I have an idea of kind of your skill level with and your comfort level with AI, just on a scale of 1 to 5. 5 being like a black belt now with AI. You're building systems, automations. You're building, all sorts of agents. A 1 would be, you're dabbling, you're using it once in a while to chat, maybe create some copy. Maybe a 3, you're starting to create some images, you're creating some content online. Where are you guys at when you're using this? So looks like we've got a range of 2s to 4s to 3s, some 5s. I love it. I love it. That is exciting because in this session, by the end of this session, you're going to understand how to transform your practice. Really, because what we have learned over the years in helping practices build success, right? Scale. This is all about scale. How do we scale a practice? How do we get from struggling to pay the bills to confidence that every month we have an incredible stability in our income? Would that change your life if you actually had predictable income streams? Well, I'm about to show you the system that will absolutely change your life and allow you to do that. So, as we go into the session today, the problems that I see with so many practice owners is this concept that the practice is running you when really it should be the other way around. Put in the chat if you've ever felt that. If you've ever walked into practice and you're walking into this chaos storm that we call the whirlwind, and you feel like it's just leading you, like you're sucked into it. It has its own momentum, its own velocity, and you are being pulled to that velocity. Drop in the chat if you've ever felt that. Just put whirlwind in the chat if you've experienced that, where every week almost feels reactive, right? Your numbers matter, but you're not quite sure which ones. Or maybe you're in a coaching program and you get some great insights, but within 48 hours, it's like those coaching insights evaporate. You're just sucked back into the whirlwind. And that leads to no systems and no scale. You still are struggling to meet payroll. And with AI now, it's transformed my complete interface with businesses, with my businesses, with your businesses. And so I really want you to now be ready to buckle up and see this transformation because a practice without systems is going to be reactive and fragmented. A practice without an operating system or a practice with an operating system becomes proactive and what we call aligned. We find that the average recovery time from a task interruption is 23 minutes. 23 minutes to get your mind back online. And we've got to break that. We've got to create a system that doesn't have interruptions. There's 6 to 8 tools that practitioners are using. They're disconnected. They're not working. And I want you guys to understand that this is costing you. This is costing you both momentum, it's costing you time, it's costing you cash flow. So this is an exciting opportunity for you guys to see the power that comes and really understanding that in 90 days, you should have a team member that is 100% contributing. Like Brent, when you hire a new employee in 90 days, they should have full ownership and stewardship of their KPI, their system, their product, and your burdens should feel lighter. Like your day to day should feel easier, not like you're having to babysit or push a team member through the pipeline. So this is what fragmented systems are costing you. You're already paying probably around 400 bucks a month to have these tools working for you. Tools like Slack for your team communication, Monday.com to do task management, Trello or Asana. You're using maybe Kajabi or different things for your training systems, right? You're probably using Google Docs or Notion for SOPs, or maybe even just spreadsheet or coaching notes. But these tools add up and they're not even working together. They're not even supporting each other through the process. So when you look at $485 in a fragmented stack, what if we could consolidate that? Because switching focus is what kills momentum. If there's no single source of truth, AKA your practice brain, then we end up seeing a lot of unrecognizable costs within the practice that are keeping you from driving momentum, driving growth. And when a new hire spends 90 days with you, onboarding, and then still isn't productive, oh man, that is killing your momentum. And this is why I have now upgraded our driven operating system into what we call the Driven OS, powered by AI, combined with now what we call your driven brain. I've already helped thousands of practices now track their data. You may know me from building Blue IQ. I've helped hundreds of practices now implement what's called the driven operating system. They've now moved their collections from $40,000 months to $80,000 months, $80,000 months to $100,000 months. It's been incredible. However, a lot of my members have struggled to actually keep consistency of the operating system. They fall off the wagon of keeping their team meetings going. They fall off the wagon of actually updating their org chart. There's just things that happen in a business where you just feel like there's so many things on your plate that how am I supposed to keep everything afloat? So when we think about the driven operating system, I have now spent 3,500 hours, 3,500 hours. Can you imagine that? One-on-one coaching with doctors. Well, I've taken all of that coaching and I've fed it into an AI system. I built what's called the driven coach. The driven coach now coaches just like I do. I built the systems for meeting cadence, sprint frameworks, understanding what a critical KPI is, building playbooks, formalizing them into systems. The driven OS is where now a team can all come together in one place. They can now communicate. They can now do task management. They can now follow the playbooks and systems. It is truly the first AI-powered practice operating system. This is where we now live. It's absolutely incredible. So when you think about one platform, one system, and these type of things, this is where we introduce what's called a mission control dashboard. It structures meeting cadence, it structures critical KPI systems, it assigns sprint leaders, it helps with your organization and keeping it up to date. But the coolest thing, the heart of the entire operating system is a practice brain with the driven brain. And I'm going to show you what this looks like here shortly. Because consistent execution is the number one predictor of practice growth. Think about that, Brent. Think about that, Rihanna. As you've worked with building your practice and you're working on these type of things, the practices that I see scale are the ones with consistent execution. But the consistent execution can't be you because you're pulled treating patients, you're trying to interview, you're trying to hire. So we want to build a practice brain that you can delegate consistency to. What if the practice brain was the one thing doing the consistent execution? That's what we're building for you. And that is what literally lives today. It all starts with tracking what we call the critical KPI. The critical KPI is the one metric that if we focused on, it would move the entire organization. Do you guys remember being kids where you took a magnifying glass and you tried to focus the power of the sun to burn ants? Am I the only one that did that as a kid? Did any of you give that a shot? So this is where, when we look at that ability to uh, actually focus, it doesn't help when the actual magnifying glass is just creating a ring. It has to focus the power of the sun. And that is what a critical KPI does. It's the one metric. It's not looking across the dashboards. It's not trying to move three or four things in your business at one time. It's literally the power of focus, of one focus, that if we can do that, we can absolutely drive growth within the practice. So this is what that looks like, is that ability to be able to focus your profile, focus your team, and the coolest thing about the Driven OS is it allows you to actually forecast what you should be focusing on. Can you imagine that? An AI system following your practice that understands everything that you're trying to accomplish within the practice, and the AI-powered system helps you forecast exactly what you should be focused on. And it develops what's called a 12-week streak strategy. It's going to show you exactly over the quarter how to break this down into three 30-day sprints and the tasks that need to be accomplished. Imagine projections of your KPI tracking of where it should be and where you actually are. And then linking that to your prime mover. A prime mover is the one process that if you would focus on implementing into the system, into your practice, it will help the entire practice grow. And that's what we call the prime mover, the one process that you're going to build over a quarter, three 30-day sprints, tracked by AI to help you fully implement and launch this system. We're talking saving hundreds of hours. We're talking accomplishing more in one day than you were able to accomplish in 1 week. If that sounds exciting to you, will you just drop a fire emoji inside the chat? Drop a fire emoji if you're ready for an AI system that literally shows you and is your assistant in driving growth within the practice. So this is what it looks like. This is the dashboard that we're looking at on the right-hand side. And every quarter needs a leader, and every plan, every scoreboard. So a sprint leader is assigned to a month. We then have a prime mover strategy of exactly what they need to do, whether it's improving the close rate of leads into schedule new patients, or what if it's schedule new patients, getting them to show up, or what if it's closing more patients into care plans. The prime mover strategy is what's going to truly move your practice. We have 90-day milestones. We have team action items. We have obstacles identified by AI. AI literally recognizes the obstacles that are blocking your team from moving forward. And then it takes all of that at the end of the quarter, it digests it and delivers it into a tangible report for the admin team to review. Can you imagine that? An AI agent programmed with my frameworks being able to now show you what you actually can improve on for the next quarter. That is leadership. That is power. We call it distributed leadership that builds your bench. Why do we need to build your bench? because we don't need the practice. We can't scale the practice where you're the only one leading the practice. We have to build the leadership bench, and that's what this does. So now your practice finally has memory. We have a tab in the Driven OS where you literally feed it every insight, every recorded meeting. It's analyzing tasks created, tasks done. It's watching patterns. It's creating insights. It's searchable within seconds. This truly builds your practice brain, and it is incredible. Think about this for a second. Once the practice brain is being built, it melds with my driven brain. And now you can query, you can question, you can create content, you can build marketing content. It literally has now trained the driven brain. You now are grounded in practice history, and it gets smarter the more you use it. Check this out. The more you use it, the smarter your practice becomes. It's not like it forgets. It's not like it just, goes off the rails. It is grounded in my methodologies, and as you feed it, it gets smarter the more you use it. This is the era that you now live in. This is the AI practice driven era. It's incredible. You can ask it anything about your practice. You can ask it about the history. You can ask it anything in order to help you grow your practice. This is now how your sprint leaders stay focused each quarter. This is how your team members get help without having to come to you every time because they can go ask the practice brain. They can be trained. So this is so fun, you guys, to be able to bring this to the chiropractic and healthcare space in ways that I only dreamed were possible just a short 6 months ago. So ask it anything, it's going to have my frameworks in there. So now practices that are getting early access to the Driven OS, they don't just run better, they grow faster. We're talking 23% improvement in their average critical KPI. We're talking 2 times faster task completion. We're talking team members onboarded 30 days faster. This is the power of a system rather than you being the system. Are you kind of tired of being the system? I know I was. And this is why we built the Driven OS. You see, every other tool stays flat. Where the Driven OS compounds, you see, with the initial setup in your first few days, you can have it completely up and running. You can set up your cadence. You can have your first meeting and launch your first quarter within minutes. AI will know your goals and begin helping you populate a 12 to 13 week data trend. And your AI coach kicks in the second you turn it on. You know, as you feed your practice brain with 52 weeks of meetings, your sprints, your KPI history, your practice is getting smarter every second you're using it. It's so cool. How many of you guys would like to see this thing live? How would you like to see it in action? Drop in the chat. Show it to me, Doc. Show it to me. Because this is not just a figment of imagination. This is reality. Let me show you. This is our demo account, and this is the heart of the driven operating system. This is the practice brain. So right here, you're going to be able to go in and literally turn on and begin feeding it your meeting transcripts. This is HIPAA compliant. And so we have everything ready to log in, keeping everything in your section and allows your practice brain to be isolated for you and your team. We have HIPAA compliant two-factor authentication. We have everything for privacy policy to keep your information secure for you. You can see the history of your data coming in. That, as you feed the practice brain, then combines that data with the driven brain. Now, here in the driven brain, you have a knowledge base. That knowledge base is built from my trademark frameworks and begins building your knowledge base from your practice brain to combine it into an entire system. You can audit your brain, you can remove things, you can add practice insights, and right here with the click of a button, not only can you upload transcripts, but you can type, you can prompt it, you can build your brain. This is the first of its kind. This is the leading edge of what AI is now possible to do with your practice, where it connects us. It connects my brain and your brain. It keeps what the momentum you've been developing, and it just simply magnifies it. The first thing you're going to do when you set up when you log in here to the Driven OS is you're going to come to your profile. And you're going to fill out your profile because one of the coolest things that this does is it establishes culture in your practice. It builds what we call team profiles, where you can highlight team members, a team member of the month. Your your practice members can comment on the highlighted member of the month and praise them and show them how excited they are. You can come in here and you can say who has a birthday this month, who has a birthday next month, who has a working anniversary coming up. You can search your team and you can actually know, hey, what's the drink order we should get for everybody in order to get their drink order so everybody has their favorite drink? What's everybody's favorite restaurant that we can build some gift certificates to for team member rewards? This, again, is an unbelievable place to be able to have everything in one place that you need to lead and run your team that's connected to your org chart. So you now have a full org chart that you can come in and assign yourself as the CEO. You can assign your office manager. You're able to build out your systems with 4R documents. You're able to create and edit the org chart at a simple click of a button where the team numbers are just simply pulled in. So we can pull in a team member. We can build out their 4R documents, which connect into the system. We now can assign roles to certain team members. And as you do that, and we finish editing and we see their pictures come right up in here, we can view their 4R documents, which is role overview. It's the role responsibility. It's the requirements that they need to have to fill this role. It's the results that they're going to drive. And we can link that to training pathways. Training pathways that you're going to either have from the DDP or training pathways that you're simply building with what we call the training builder. Right here in the training builder, you can create new courses. The courses themselves are simply built into pathways, into courses, into role curriculums, or onboarding tracks. So imagine an onboarding track for a chiropractic assistant that you can build, an onboarding track for your front desk team members. So this is taking a complete learning system where all you have to do is embed a video right into the section here from either hosted on Vimeo or on YouTube. You literally just embed the embed code, and you now have training resources now for your team. But here's the coolest part. Once you have your training embedded in the system, with a click of a button, it will analyze the training and generate a quiz for your team members. You can attach badges to the quiz. You can attach learning rewards because right here in the system, not only do you have the ability, but you have a capability roster where now team members can show up in here who have completed their training courses and have badges, have capabilities. Who's our expert in a certain system in our prime practice EHR? Who's an expert in marketing and helping us with our marketing tools? This is literally the future today. So this doesn't stop there, you guys. This is built with an entire project management system to be able to build out your projects, your new tasks. You can assign them to team members. They're going to get notified. So when a team member gets an assignment, you can give them a due date. You can link it to training. You can put priority. Is this going to be a high, medium, or critical priority? What kind of impact score is it going to have? Well, the task system is so powerful. And as you create tasks, it will populate the board and you can create statuses, you can drag and drop them, you can advance them, you can create multiple boards with our board management system. This is like having a Monday.com built into the entire system. It'll notify your team members when that task is created. But here's the coolest thing. Do you see this task inbox? From your meeting notes, when you upload them into your practice brain, it will analyze them and it will pull out tasks from the meeting and they'll go into your task inbox. The admin team will then come in here and either approve them, reroute them, or reject them. Well, what does reroute them mean? Well, we built for you your own task board. That's right. Nobody else has access to this but you. You can manage your own tasks and project management. It is so powerful. Now you stay organized. Your team stays organized. You're able to come in here and build this. This is Rihanna, agentic at its finest, but it gets better because guess what? We have an entire messaging system. This entire messaging system allows you to create new messages to certain team members. You can come in here and say, I need to schedule a meeting with you. And by offering to schedule a meeting, there's actually a widget that you'll click on and it will automatically turn that into a task. It'll automatically route it to the task inbox where you can then categorize it onto which task board you want to put it on. So from conversations with your team members, can you imagine that? Can you imagine being able to go and just automatically capture to-dos because to-dos get things done. This is how practices scale. So when you come into the system, you're going to be able to set all of this up within minutes. You'll be able to come into your quarterly review. You're going to be able to launch a new quarter. There's 7 steps in launching a new quarter. Once you complete the 7 steps, it's going to now populate this dashboard. This dashboard now has the ability right here to track your critical KPI, to track your prime mover implementation. It's going to track your sprint with your sprint leader. It's going to track your task management and if any are blocked and not getting done. This is mind-blowing. On this one dashboard, it's not just a dashboard. This truly is mission control. It gets even cooler, guys. We have announcements where you can make announcements to your team. You can schedule announcements. You can have it auto delete on a timer. You can reuse old announcements. This is a one-stop shop for you and your team. But here's what's most important. I know the practice brain is cool. I know having my driven brain as your growth partner is powerful. But docs, what it comes down to is your practice identity. Who are you? Who is the team helping you become? So we capture your practice identity. We capture your mission. We capture your core values. We capture your objectives and key results that you're trying to accomplish. And as team members are going through your orientation, I've given you my framework of what a team orientation packet looks like. I would highly encourage you to record yourself doing videos talking about each one of these sections and building out your first training course for your team. It's start here. Welcome to our practice. You see, infusing your team members with your practice identity and helping them become aware of what you're building and becoming in your community is a game changer. So not only do they know where they sit on the org chart, not only do they know where they exist with their 4 document, what's expected of them, they now understand your practice. They align with it. They vibe with your core values. They want more of it. This is truly power. You can put them through playbooks. Playbooks are a series of tasks where you can look for admin playbooks, marketing playbooks, front desk playbooks. How do I build a true ROI dashboard in Blue IQ? Well, you launch the playbook. This playbook has 5 steps, and each step has a series of tasks and checklists, walking you through each step that you should accomplish in setting up an, a dashboard in Blue IQ. Do you want to launch your CEO for our playbook? Are you ready to become a true CEO? Launch the playbook. Are you ready to launch the organic marketing system? Launch the playbook. Are you ready to optimize your Facebook page? Launch the playbook. Are you ready to implement your social share referral program? Launch the playbook. These playbooks come standard as part of your account. That's, you can't even put a price to that because now you have tools to be able to use in your practice and grow your practice into the practice you always dreamed of. You have a practice admin section where you'll be inviting your team members the second you get in here. You'll set up your meeting schedule. You have your practice settings so you can come in here and put those in. You can build your own playbooks on top of the playbooks I already built you with our playbook widget. You can create your training pathways. You can come in here and set your calendar and embed a Google Calendar or a Microsoft Calendar. You can embed it right in here so your whole team has a team calendar. You can set up your announcements so that they can go live welcoming your team members. This is the power of AI. This is today, happening today. This isn't the future. This isn't what's coming. This literally is today. Put a number on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest. What type of impact do you think this could have in your practice if you implemented a system like this into your practice? Scale of 1 to 10, just put it in the chat for me. Scale of 1 to 10, how do you think a system like this would impact the growth of your practice? Because I didn't just build this because I needed another hobby. I built this because I truly want our profession to succeed. I want your practice to succeed. I want your practice to have the opportunity to get to heights it's never been. Yeah, tens. Everybody's putting in tens. So think about this, guys. Your fragmented tools are costing you more than your unified ones. Slack, depending on the size of your team, if you have, all the tools, you're $179.97 all the way up to a few $100 for Slack. Monday or Trello, right? You're spending like $300 a month for Trainual or other systems like that. You're 97 all the way up to $300 a month. If you're using other org chart or meeting systems, you're $79 a month. If you're subscribing to AI tools, your minimum 200 or 20 to $200 a month. If you're paying for a low level coaching program, you're $500 a month. That's a low level coaching program. Just these fragmented tools, you're paying over $1,000 a month. But with the Driven OS, the built-in messaging system is included. The task boards, the sprint planning is included. The training pathways and playbooks are included. The org charts and meeting systems included. The practice brain, it's included. The driven brain AI coach is included. This is me in your back pocket. And it's a ridiculous $497 a month. That's it. You get all of these things for $497 a month. Cancel it anytime. There's no contracts. We want you to love it and be blown away with it. But it doesn't stop there. I have a special event coming up next week. It's next Friday and Saturday, June 19th and 20th. We are teaching our community how to use AI tools to build, promote, and launch your next niche, and how to generate $40,000 to $80,000 with one launch, and how you can do that over and over and over again in your practice. And in those 2 days, that 2-day virtual boot camp, so you don't have to travel, you can just enjoy it from the comfort of your own home. We're going to walk our community step by step of how to plan and use the Driven OS to launch your Q3 growth strategy. Can you believe that? This is a $5,000 value. And if you sign up today for the free trial of the Driven OS, you get a free ticket to this event. But you have to sign up today. Only those who sign up today will get a free ticket to this event. So this is what I'm talking about. You can sign up today and get a free 14-day trial. It's free. Cancel it anytime. If you cancel before 14 days, it doesn't charge you anything. But you get full access. I'm not holding anything back, and you get invited to our event next week. We're talking about access to the driven brain. We're talking access to the training pathways. We're talking access to beginning your building your practice brain. We're talking the critical KPI trackers. We're talking the team messaging system. Everything is included in your free 14-day trial. It is a no-brainer. You can keep spending over $1,000 a month on fragmented systems, or you can make a decision today. Stop using fragmented AI systems and today empower yourself, but more importantly, empower your team for only $497 a month. Now, let me put this in perspective. If you could get your team working in alignment, one heartbeat, one team, what if it generated just 2 additional closes per month for you? Well, the average practice lifetime value of a new patient is $2,860 to about $4,200. Well, if you close 2 extra patients a month because you now had an operating system and you're paying $497 a month for that operating system, that's a 20-to-1 ratio in your investment. You literally are crushing your ROI. And so the math has to make sense, right? I'm not here to sell you some gimmick. I'm not here to put you into something you don't want to be in. I'm here to change your life. I'm here to change your patient's life because it's going to make you more available for them. It's going to give you an opportunity to become the leader to build the business you've always dreamed of building. Because you now are empowering your team with tools that drive progress. Now, there's probably some questions you're thinking of. A lot of you are probably wondering, I already have a system. Do I really need another system? Well, here's my answer to that. The DOS doesn't replace your EHR. It doesn't replace Blue IQ. What it does is it replaces 4 to 6 other tools you're duct taping together that aren't even connected through AI. We're talking one platform, zero redundancies. Some of you might be thinking, well, my team won't use it. And here's what I say. That's why we built this for teams, not the owner. We built this for teams because teams love it. I'll tell you, we are onboarding our DDP community right now, and one of the doctors responded yesterday. I'm just blown away, Cory. Like I don't even have words to explain how powerful this system is. And his office manager made a comment and said, Cory, this is going to save me hours a month. hours a month. I can't even tell you how grateful I am to have a system like this that is going to help me unify my team and drive growth. But I get it. A lot of you are busy, so you're thinking, well, we're too busy to implement an AI system like this. Here's what I say to that. The busiest practices need this the most. Do you understand that setup only takes an afternoon? The ROI shows up in a week? Less chaos, clearer priorities, fewer drop balls. That's my promise. Some of you are thinking, I'm not tech savvy. I don't use AI yet. I don't feel really comfortable. I don't trust it. Well, my question is, do you trust me? Because I am in it every day. I am building AI systems in three technology companies right now. Some of you know me for Blue IQ. Some of you know me now for Prime Practice. Now you're going to know me for the Driven Operating System. Because the Driven Operating System is so simple, so easy that you can run it from a smartphone. Oh, yes, the mobile app is coming out as soon as the iOS App Store approves it. It's already built. It's being submitted this weekend. So if you're ready to have me in your back pocket, if you're ready to have the driven brain melding with your practice brain, if you want the easiest AI system in the first of its kind to be building your practice brain so easy that it's just a no-brainer, then this is the deal for you. A no commitment, no cost. This does say no credit card required. I apologize. That is not true. It does require a credit card on file. However, it does not get charged until the 15th day, and you can cancel at any time. If you cancel, it will not get charged. If it got charged, we will refund it. This is my guarantee to you. 14 days to play with it completely free. It'll guide you on your first meeting. It'll begin practicing or building your practice brain immediately. It'll begin unifying your team immediately. You can scan the QR code or you can go to drivendocs.com. That's drivendocs.com. We'll put the link in the chat. Go sign up now. Go get this running. Go play with us this weekend. We're doing this on a Friday. Go play with us. If you're watching the replay, go play with this. I can't promise you it's glitch free or bug free, right? This is early adoption, but it's going to blow your mind and it's going to get better every day. The more we use this, the smarter it gets as a community. The more you use it, the smarter it gets for your practice because of your practice brain. My personal invitation, come be with us next week at our boot camp. It's a 2-day boot camp. Just that boot camp alone could generate $40,000 to $80,000 in revenue for you. Be crazy to miss that. And to get it, all you have to do is activate a free trial. Activate a free trial. You'll be at this boot camp before your trial even is over. And we are going to help you onboard at that event. And oh, by the way, you're going to get access as a DOS member inside our DOS community, our Driven OS community. You're going to be in a community where you're going to get weekly coaching. So as for $497, being the early group that gets into this, this is normally a $997 program. And you're going to get the full program for $497. You're going to get weekly group coaching, live weekly group coaching where you can ask questions. We're going to be building out systems inside the Driven OS. We're going to be building out courses together. Guys, can I make this any more valuable for you to make this a no-brainer? Go sign up. It's free for 14 days. And then you're in a community that is life-changing. You're leveraging AI in the smartest, most profitable way possible. And it's safe. It's HIPAA compliant for healthcare practices. So everything's taken care of. You now have the most powerful tool in healthcare in your back pocket, the Driven Operating System. Go get yours today. Thank you for being here today. Happy Friday. Have a ball this weekend playing with this tool. We can't wait. Can't wait to get your feedback. We can't wait for you to be part of this community. Thank you for being in my world. I am Dr. Cory Frogley. Have an amazing day. Stay driven.